This new project starts here, at my highly precise, patent-pending pile of sticks I laid on the ground. The plan is to build a giant hipped-out dirt jump. I'm aiming to make it about 6 foot tall with a 15-foot gap. This is Douglas fir. It's a horrible wood for trail building. It rots quickly, it's weirdly heavy, and it looks so ugly. But I do have a lot of it, so I'll probably end up using it to build most of the landing. I didn't really consider Douglas fir being heavy an issue until this exact moment. By the time I realized I'd made a huge mistake, it was already too late. The logs were already in the hole.
Ah! So fucking heavy.
And now I had to get them out of the hole.
Ah!
After spending an hour to move a total of 10 logs, it was time to move on to something more interesting. This dead tree had to go sooner or later, so I might as well cut it down now and use it as fill. With all that prep done, it's finally time to start working what y'all came here for. Well, that's underwhelming. This might be a bigger project than I expected. Which means I need a lot more logs, and I think I know where to find some. With the retaining wall around the landing mostly complete, I probably should connect them before they topple over like large log-shaped dominoes. And I'm gonna need cedar for that. Luckily, found this log over here. This seems to be decent wood, so I think I can probably get some slats out of that. Unlike Douglas fir, cedar's rot resistant, lightweight, and it looks beautiful. Well, it usually does. This half-rotten log isn't a great example.
That's not great.
Here I'm stripping the cedar of any rot, moss, or anything that'll hold on to that moisture. It really does help to prolong the life of structures out here. Going by that logic, you might be wondering why I didn't do the same for the logs, holding the landing together. And if I'm being honest, I don't know either. This was all filmed like over a year ago, so I have no idea what I was thinking. And I'd definitely do it differently next time.
coming.
Yeah.
You been working on this all winter?
Pretty much.
Alright.
Well done. Nice work.
After mostly completing the structure of this landing, it's almost time for dirt. But before I add anything, I want to fill all the cracks, crevices, and voids in this landing with more sticks and rocks. Sometimes I forget this step and end up endlessly adding dirt to the void, never to be seen again. Looks like I got lucky for this build. I managed to find good dirt right next to the landing. Hopefully it'll make moving tons of dirt a little more bearable. Yeah, not quite. It still definitely sucks. To transition the log retaining wall to the ground, I decided to build a couple rock walls. I also decided not to film myself doing that, for some reason. This is the only angle I have of the first wall, and that's the only angle I have of the second. It's completely useless. Anyways, after another full day of adding dirt to the landing, it's time to work on the takeoff. This build also starts off with me collecting a ton of logs as fill, but that's where the similarities end. These logs were way more rotten than I thought, but it is just the takeoff. I'm just going to use them anyways, because why not? I'm sure nothing bad will ever happen. To make up for me fumbling the filming of the previous rock walls, I decided to support the entire takeoff with one big rock wall. Building it this way takes a long time, it won't be as stable, it'll probably erode faster over time, but it looks sick, so I'm gonna do it anyways. If you haven't noticed already, there's a ridiculous amount of rock on this trail, and it all has to go somewhere, so I might as well use it as fill. Day 7 of this project was more of the same. I moved more dirt, stacked more rock, more dirt, more rock, nothing special.
Alrighty. Just gonna roll through it. Get a little speed test. It's so fast, dude. This lip definitely needs about maybe a foot of height, foot and a half maybe.
Oops. I finally decided to test out my homemade dirt sifter. Not gonna lie, it kinda sucks. But it's not the end of the world. I finally got some help on this day. Malcolm helped clean out the runout, and Noah helped me stack the takeoff.
Maybe I will get a light.
After a while, we realized the takeoff would be too narrow at the top, which started the mission of building the rock wall even bigger. And a bigger rock wall needs bigger rocks, right?
Got here by himself precisely 10 hours later. Nice.
I did it again. Apparently I'm just incapable of capturing video of myself stacking rocks and making the footage usable. I don't even know how this is possible. Whatever, it doesn't matter. All that matters is I finished this damn takeoff. With the takeoff mostly finished, all I have to do is clean up the run-in. I actually built the berm in my last episode, so that just leaves me with clearing the rocks and creating a flat spot before the takeoff. This process left me with a ton of usable dirt that had to go somewhere. I ended up adding most of it to the run out of the landing. I also found this giant rock on the riding line. I would be more annoyed, but there's actually some really good dirt under it. So I'm gonna let it slide. No, literally, I'm gonna slide it into the hole I made. Well, try to. Turned out to be a little harder than I thought. This was day 11 of this project, and the plan was just to add some finishing touches. I reshaped the takeoff, added some dirt to the landing.
That's not good. My other buckets are way down there. I gotta go get them. Got the buckets. I just have to go back up the hill.
It looked good, and I was pretty much ready to test it. But Mother Nature had other plans.
What the fuck is this? Holy, is my jump ruined? That's a whole fucking tree. What? Dude, that was so close to completely destroying the jump. That's wild. And it just missed. That is so close to complete annihilation of the lip. Just that little bit got knocked off. At least I got some fill for the lower section. That's crazy. A little wet in my hiding spot. Gas looks fine. Chainsaw looks okay. And then you come over to the bucket. Oh no. Oh no. Dude. Dude, what the fuck? My file isn't rusty? That's weird. Honestly, that's not bad at all. Gloves, chalk line. Oh no. At least I have some spare chalk. That is gonna be toast. This is just great. I'm trying to use the chainsaw today. Let's see if she starts.
Once again, Noah came out for first hits, but we quickly realized something was off. The freshly built berm didn't quite feel right. We considered hitting the jump as is, but we were both kind of scared, so we decided to fix it. Luckily, it happened to be a pretty simple fix. Now it's time to test this thing out.
Dropping in.
New features are always scary. Any mistake building or testing this thing could have serious consequences. With a gap this big, that was all that was going through my head. I did run up after run up, and I just could not commit. But as I was struggling, Noah was ready to step up to the plate and give this thing a shot.
Yeah, buddy! Let's go!
That was scary.
Now that I know it works, I have to hit it now. I'm still so terrified, but I just have to send it.
Yeah.